To put simply, this may be the most odd episode of Meghan and Harry's reality show to yet. You think it can't get any stranger, and then all of a sudden there's a twerking video that was purportedly taken during delivery. Yes, you read correctly. Prince Harry is idly swaying in the background as Meghan Markle, who's reportedly in labor, shakes it like she's participating in a TikTok challenge. But here's the real deal. People are now really doubting whether this whole performance was genuine, or if it was simply another publicity gimmick, including a leased hospital atmosphere and a phony baby belly.
It was all a mystery. It was all hidden. And there were reportedly no physician certificates. So all of the rumors that seem to be true about surrogacy.
Hold on, lest you think this is simply another ludicrous internet notion. Actual inquiries are being made, not only by sporadic conspiracy theorists. According to reports, hospital employees at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital, where Meghan allegedly gave birth to Leet, are inundated with calls from perplexed patients. Why, since Meghan and Harry are shown in this purportedly 2021 video violating almost all of the COVID guidelines that were in place in hospitals at the time, no masks Harry entered the room nonchalantly. During her Beyoncé moment, Meghan is dancing in a non-sterile setting while purportedly in labor. The cushion she is wearing even seems to be ready to fall out. According to many who gave birth there during CO, women were not even permitted to have their spouses there, much less take movies. Only necessary medical personnel were permitted. How, therefore, did Meghan and Harry manage to fit a whole production team inside? That is the enigma. Let's also discuss the attire. Not even a hospital gown was on Meghan. She had in a form-fitting black gown. She was accessorized, which is not something you'd wear when giving birth, much less while pushing a human out of your body. Bracelets. Diana's watch has a flawlessly done hairstyle and full glam. Would you truly worry about matching jewelry if you were about to give birth? The purported baby bump alone adds to the suspicions. In one stop clip, there's even what seems to be a square shape under the cloth. At other moments in the video, you can really see the cushion folding and bouncing as if it were about to come out from under the dress. This isn't humor, but it's definitely not what a pregnant belly looks like. It's very satirical. Since the beginning, this couple has attempted to steer the conversation around their kids. This is when things start to get interesting. This twerking disaster is more than simply embarrassing. It might be a purposeful diversion. Meghan faced criticism just before to the release of the video because of discrepancies in Leet's birth certificate, namely in relation to the reported location of birth and Harry's name appearing as His Royal Highness, which was not permitted by law. Coincidence uncertain. Some people think that this video was made to deflect attention from the document drama since it was shot lately rather than in 2021. According to the assumption, Meghan panicked after seeing the internet commotion around the birth certificate and released this tumultuous dancing video to create stir. Based on the reactions of others, it seems to be effective. The fact that Meghan believes this is a victory really gets to me, but everyone is so engrossed in the terrible dancing movements and even her belly debates that the paperwork issue appears to have been forgotten. Following the release of the video, she allegedly got 300,000 followers. That, in her opinion, is the headline, not the violation of the rules or the inquiries, just the clout. Here's where things get really crazy. Welcome to the age of influence, when appearances are more important than facts, and a hospital room can be turned into a movie set if you're wealthy and daring enough. People began looking more closely at the real hospital regulations from 2021, and what they discovered completely disproves this video. California was in full-fledged COVID lockdown mode at the time. Particularly in maternity units, hospitals were not taking any risks. They resembled strongholds. No partners are permitted for the most of the work process, and personal film crews or maskless roaming are strictly prohibited. Staff were required to wear complete protective equipment, PPE, and mothers were required to wear masks unless they were really pushing. Unless everything went perfectly, you weren't even allowed to keep the baby in the room for very long. How, therefore, did Meghan and Harry allegedly have a little dance party while giving birth without setting off any alarms? Some people are speaking out after giving birth at the same hospital at that very moment. One even said that her spouse had to leave within minutes of the baby's birth and wasn't let inside till then. No exclusions, not even for FaceTime, for shooting. Only medical staff were there, and the facility was on red alert. COVID cases inundated Santa Barbara. How did Meghan manage to obtain a completely staged scene with Harry there? No mask lights are on, and there are no physicians in sight. People find it difficult to comprehend it. Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital would have been breaching all the rules if this video had been shot in 2021, but it was probably shot lately, which makes it much worse since it's now not just strange, it's a purposeful fake. Take a careful look at the video. Meghan is not lying in a medical bed. With a cushion under her dress, she is twerking and whirling about with a lot of enthusiasm. As she stoops, you can really see the cushion folding and sliding like a poorly made costume, and Harry is simply standing clumsily, as if he's witnessing a school play. This is obvious to everyone who has ever been pregnant or even viewed a pregnancy documentary. If that wasn't enough, let's discuss the bump itself. It's not round, it doesn't seem natural, and it moves strangely. Eventually creates a real square under her garment. She seems to be attempting to keep it in place with her hands. It's almost as if she's attempting to protect a prop from slipping out on camera, but a real pregnant lady should naturally cradle her tummy. Then there's the necklace, the love bracelet, and the jewelry Meghan is wearing, which includes Diana's watch. That may not seem like much until you consider that most laboring women don't care about their accessories. Oh wait, let me put on this sentimental gold watch before I start pushing, is hardly the way you're going to enter a delivery room. Additionally, she is wearing heels and shows no symptoms of water retention or swollen arms. She said in another video that the weight increase solely affected her stomach, but even that doesn't make sense in this context. Her whole look seems too staged and performance-ready for someone who is just about to give birth. Unless, of course, recording an actual birth was never the intention. Additionally, there's a scene in the video when Harry passes her as she is mid-dance. She doesn't even give him a look. She has her sights set on another person in the room. She's obviously being guided off camera by someone else who is given directions as if it were a rehearsal. There are no hospital sounds, no IVs in realistic settings, and not a single medical staff member is shown, not even in the background. Just Meghan and Harry and a strangely quiet, hole-filled room. This is where everything changes. The strangeness of the video may not even be the primary issue. The video is diverting attention from there are difficult-to-explain discrepancies on Meghan's birth certificate for Leet, and no, we're not referring about mistakes. Colorado, not California, is purportedly listed as the location of birth on the certificate, which is in direct opposition to the popular narrative. Harry's name is also given as His Royal Highness the Duke of Sussex, which is not permitted by law on U.S. birth certificates in that style. Royal styles or ceremonial titles are not required for U.S. certificates. Instead, the parent's legal name is. That presents a significant legal problem. Why has Santa Barbara always been included in the tale if the birth took place in Colorado? Furthermore, what was the whole Instagram twerk performance meant to symbolize if the delivery didn't really take place in the cottage hospital? According to Meghan's post, the video was taken 4 years ago as well. A rather ambiguous assertion, take note of the language. She just said that this also occurred, not that it was shot during the time of Leet's birth. Traditional plausible deniability, should someone accuse it of being phony, she might respond, "Oh, we never said it was the video that you were projecting." Wording like this isn't just for fun. Meghan and Harry have constructed a whole public persona on purposeful uncertainty. Recall the Oprah interview when Meghan alluded to racism among the royal family without providing specific names. Saying just enough to go viral but never enough to be held responsible has always been the goal. The same formula is used in this video. Enrage, perplex, and fix individuals while maintaining technological deniability. Let's also discuss the children. Seldom seen are Archie and Leet. When images are made public, they are often heavily photoshopped or hazy, which heightens suspicion. The photo that was purportedly released on Archie's birthday was doctored since it didn't match the shadows of the surrounding area. Regarding Lily, she briefly appears on a boat without a life jacket in the notorious twerk video, which is illegal in California. In addition to being risky, it's simply another instance of Meghan and Harry seemingly following their own set of rules while disregarding those that apply to everyone else. Additionally, there's something strange about Meghan's perspective on parenthood. She claims to have had a significant medical issue called postpartum preeclampsia, but then she's world touring unrestricted. New York, France, you name it, Ibiza. Doctors claim that if she really had that illness, she couldn't have been traveling abroad a few days later. Either the diagnosis is fabricated or the timing is inflated. Select 1. Individuals like Murky, who have been following this story for years since day one, Meg Yankiewicz, and others have been raising the alarm about inconsistencies. They have noted how Meghan often displays these disparities as if she were defying the public to call her out, and each time she gets away with it, the situation just grows more ridiculous. It's like to seeing a live performance of Catch Me If You Can, but with a luxury PR staff and royal titles. The frightening issue is that we're not simply discussing a scandal if the royal family knew the birth was a hoax. We are discussing fraud. Actual fraud that compromises constitutional legitimacy and citizenship succession. Furthermore, the royal family is not only culpable if Parliament accomplishes nothing and they remain mute. They participate in the cover-up. The fundamental issue here is one that no one likes to ask aloud. What if the children aren't there biologically? What would happen if everything was faked and the monarchs ignored it to prevent a media frenzy? This twerk video may not be a sideshow. It could be the most significant clue they have ever given us.